I wanted to pick back off of what you had said earlier when y'all two were like talking about, is the artist like, are they pinned for being like the savior, or like as an artist, like are they always, is it fair for them to always kind of be seen as the catalyst for social change? And to an extent, I feel like as a true artist, there's a bit of a responsibility there to an extent. Like, even if you're not necessarily speaking as an artist on behalf of others, because it's not always about you speaking from the perspective of other people. You're an artist, you're supposed to express yourself. But I feel like through the expression of yourself, through true and genuine expression of yourself, you end up being the catalyst for that social change anyway, because you'll talk about your struggles, your tribulations, your trials, what you go through. And I feel like Kendrick has done that a lot throughout his career, not even just with this album, but in a lot of his albums. And I feel like it's important. And I think this is probably why I love Kendrick so much. But I do think that as an artist who is true to their work and true to the real artistry, it is a bit of responsibility there to express what's real, express what's raw, express what is hard. So even if it's, again, just for yourself and you're talking from yourself, other people can hear that and resonate with that. And again, even like what this gentleman said, like he may not necessarily be a part of, the Black culture, but he can still resonate, find some parts of it that's relatable. So I feel like that is important. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Cool. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm just going to ask you another question and I'll bring it to you, okay? And in fact, I'm going to ask her a question, but it's also open to anyone who wants to answer it. So what I was going to go on to before, off the back of our conversation, is that on one of Kendrick's earlier mixtapes, Overly Dedicated, he has a song on it called HLC, which means higher unconsciousness, to where he basically went on to say that he doesn't really drink alcohol. He doesn't need to drink alcohol or smoke weed in order to gain inspiration, right, for his music. In fact, he doesn't even really indulge in those vices anyway, right? Then fast forward 4 or 5 years where he's a superstar. On this album in particular, on the songs You and Alright, he alludes strongly that he has a strong dependency on alcohol, right? Now, what would you say the impact of that newfound sense of responsibility but also celebrity had on him?
A lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. And I think, again, that goes back to a lot of pressure to be the catalyst for people, to be the catalyst for Black people in particular. It's like this is even how I think of politicians. And, Obama went in, very clean. He came out all gray hair, silver fox. And I feel like, just bringing it back to Kendrick, it is a lot of pressure. And because Kendrick, again, he's a West Coast rapper, but he is one of those West Coast rappers that touched everybody, that literally, like, even down to the South, to the East Coast. So his responsibility, I feel like, was much, much bigger, or more. He had more eyes on him than a lot of other artists. And not saying he was the only one, but again, he had a lot of eyes on him. People looking to him to say, okay, how more can we express? Because even after To Pimp a Butterfly, he continued to do a lot of Grammy performances that, again, touched a lot on Black empowerment, uplifting Black people and uplifting the community. So I feel like a lot of times it's difficult for an artist, because one thing that's tricky is sometimes you get pigeonholed to doing something and fixated on one particular role or theme, and then they continue on with it because people are because people appreciate it, and because continue to look at you, to continue to lead them, to continue to guide them, continue to be their expression. But I'm glad that he has not been limited by that. He has not been limited by those themes. He continued to branch out. He's continued to still, rap in other ways, and just continue to explore with his music. So